Hugs and kisses all my toodles. Hey toodles. Hey guys. Okay, I'm back. I just had to get a makeup look. I'm gonna go show you what palettes, eyeshadow palettes I do have. And ones that I am using. This one I'm fixing to show you, I'm thinking about getting rid of it, not actually giving it to somebody because it's old and it kind of looks nasty, so I'm thinking of throwing this one away. This I'm using this week, it's an Avon palette, you see. This is the one I'm using this week, and since Monday's the 1st, this palette is like, it's a really okay palette, I guess, but it's kind of dirty. So what I'm thinking I might have to do, I'm not going to do it now, but is get a makeup wipe and go through and clean up all my palettes and figure out which ones. I'm trying to figure out what palettes I want to use next week, Monday, when I swap out my palettes and my lip balms. I already got know what lip balms I want to use, but I'm thinking of palettes. Now if you see the lights go down, it's been doing that, but also our lights went out a while ago because it is really thunderstorming here in Texas. Right now where I'm at, we've had a major thunderstorm. My husband was outside real dangerously cutting the grass, and I flipped. I was like, oh my god, my husband's out there, it's pouring down raining, but he wasn't wet. He was sitting under the porch. Thank God. I'm also using my Saharan palette, which I definitely love. I love the shades in this palette. I love this palette. This ain't the palette I have on my eyes today, but I'm gonna get in. Let me get in with this Avon palette real quick. I'm gonna pick out some shades here, like a little bit of shades. Pick out 5 shades here. I'm gonna swatch and let y'all see some of the shades in that Avon palette. That's what it looks like. It's a good palette, but to me, it looks kind of old, and so that's why I'm thinking. I've had it ever since I sold Avon, and I sold Avon back in 09. So I've had that 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 11 years, this palette, for 11 years now. Yeah, I've then tried to declutter it, get rid of it. I even gave it to my stepdaughter and she didn't want it. It's like weird. Okay, let me get 5 of these shades here. Now, I definitely love the Juvia's Place palette. I'm going to swatch these shades. These are the glitter shades. Let me get, I think there's a 3, 4, there's 5 mattes in here. So, no, there's 4 mattes, I'm sorry. There's the glitters and the mattes. They're not bad. This black one is pretty. I think I've used the black one a couple times out of here, but it's not really the shade that I would literally use. Kind of, because I'm not always into using, like, I like, you see my eyes now, they're dark. From the palette I was using, and that was my little Wet n Wild palette that I picked out and shot my stash. I put that on my eyes today. I literally made the video yesterday, uploaded it today because I knew it was going to rain. And I wanted to make sure that my video was uploaded. That's why I was like, let me go do this video. Okay, my next palette I have 3 of the Pat McGrath palettes. I love these palettes so much. I was shocked when I got these in a PR package. I did not buy these. I got these in a PR package, and I was excited to get it. The cases to these are hanging up on my wall. I have this one here. These are the Pat McGrath Mothership palettes. There's a Mothership palettes, but I don't know what the name of the palette is, but this is what it looks like. These shades, oh my god. Constantly using a lot of these shades. They are like so gorgeous. The mattes and the shimmers are like really gorgeous. Pat McGrath puts out pretty good shades and palettes. And as for me, I thought Pat McGrath was a guy, and I was like shocked that a guy would make some wonderful, nice palettes like this. Because I know Jeffree Star does. I don't have any Jeffree Star palettes or Patrick Star palettes, but I know they make makeup too. And I do have coming in the mail that my husband bought me, and actually told me about it last night in bed and shocked me that he bought me the, what was it, the James Charles Morphe palette. So that'll be coming in the mail. Hopefully I get it. I know I'm not going to get it anytime soon. He did order it, so it all depends. Here is another Pat McGrath palette. So these are the Mothership palettes. Wish I knew the name of these. Y'all probably know the name of them. I really don't know the name of them. But let me get some of these shades here and get some of these matte shades. Show y'all some issues. I have used the black one in this Pat McGrath palette. I've used a lot of this. And a lot of these are gorgeous shades. Some of them are not. I think this is one of them. I think I don't use. There's one. I can't think of it. There's one I really don't use a lot of. Now I could do another. I could pick Pat McGrath this week. I know one palette I am going to use. It's not in my Project Pan. I do have my Project Pan palettes here as well. The other Pat McGrath palette, Mothership palette. And this is what, I think it's what it looks like. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous palette. As you can tell that they do get used. They do get lots and lots and lots of loving. This palette, I give this palette lots of loving. I love this palette. I have to give it loves. This palette gets lots and lots of lovins. I'm sorry about that. My hand is like wet from the wet. So I'm going to start seeing about doing some of them here since my hand is wet. But I do like my Pat McGrath palettes. This video will probably be long. I have these two by LA Colors. This is the nude palette, and this is the color palette. These are like $3 or $4. You can get these at Dollar. I bought mine at Dollar General, I think, for $4. Family Dollar has them as well. These are very cool tone. This is a cool tone palette. I like this palette a lot. I love the packaging in these palettes. These palettes are gorgeous. These palettes are so gorgeous. It's got a highlighter in here, but they are gorgeous palettes. Very, very pigmented. Very pigmented. Well, if you can see. Very pigmented on these palettes. I love them so much. Here is the other one. This is the colored one. I will swatch some of these shades. They're very pigmented. These are very, very pigmented. So I definitely like them. They're very pigmented. I love these palettes. They are like really, really cool. Can't go wrong when you go to dollar stores and you buy a palette. You really cannot go wrong with buying a palette from the dollar store. I'm going to move these palettes here since they're the ones that I am actually using this week. So I have room to put my other palettes. I'll take my glasses off a little bit. Then I have these I bought off of Wish. These were like free. But then you got to pay shipping, or you can buy these for $1 and then pay shipping as well, I guess. Something like that. I have an orange one of these, but it's in one of my project pans. I did not pull it out. It's my Halloween project pan. These are kind of like the Huda Beauty palettes. Cardboard, but very beautiful. There are some pretty shades in here. Let me swatch some of these gorgeous shades here. And this is perfect for, you guessed it, St. Patrick's Day. Then I have this one, which is the blue one, which has some pretty shades in that one as well. Wish does have some pretty palettes. I do have a palette coming from Wish that I did buy and order. So, this yellow and this top green, this green and this yellow is what drew me this palette. It really did. It's what drew me to that palette. And I was like, I gotta have these palettes. They're so gorgeous and beautiful. I just love it so much. And then you have the purple one, which the purple one has some pretty, oh my god, look at them colors. This one is gorgeous. You see all them gorgeous colors? Just look at them gorgeous colors. There are some really gorgeous colors here. And there they are. Look at them gorgeous colors. Oh my god, they're so gorgeous. And you have, of course, the red one. And these are some gorgeous shades in there as well. Some really, really gorgeous, pretty shades as well. So, what is this? And right there are the shades for that one. Aren't they gorgeous? They're so pretty. I really, really am impressed with the shades on this palette. So impressed. I was impressed that these were pigmented. I didn't think these were good. Even the glitter ones, including the mattes in here, are pigmented. And I didn't think the mattes were going to be very pigmented, but they are. Then I have these palettes here. I had another one, but I got rid of it. These were the ones my stepdaughter got me one year for Christmas. I think I have two. I think I got rid of two of them. One or two. This is what this one looks like. I'm not really going to swatch maybe one or two shades out of these palettes. This palette came from Walmart. She bought it at Walmart. So here's what some of these shades look like as well. My hand is still wet, so it's going to look a little goofy because my hand is wet. Here is this shade here. The first one is Love Struck. This is Color Wave. And I do use Color Wave a lot. So, and there's Color Wave, which is a very pretty colors. And then you have Smoky. I had the other one, which was Natural Eyes. Let me do some of the smoky. And there's smoky. Should have brought another makeup wipe over here, huh? Should have brought the whole bag over here. I paused the video for a second to go get more wipes. This is gonna be a long video. It's gonna take forever to upload, but don't worry about it. It'll be alright. I also have this Wet n Wild palette as well. I tried to give in this one to my stepdaughter because she kept saying, "Oh, I want all the big Wet n Wild palettes." And she didn't want this one anymore, so I kind of like kept it. And now I use it. I haven't used it in a while, but I do use it, so I'm trying to figure out, like I said, I'm trying to figure out what palettes to use when I do it. I just recently did use this palette, and I'm not going to swatch this one, because I told y'all I did not like this palette at all. I do not like anything by Clarice. I can't say anything. The concealer I did not like, and I did not like this palette. These shadows did not work for me. I have this one by Ulta, which I definitely love this palette. It is so gorgeous. I love the shade here. Let me get in here and get some of these shades and like swatch them for you. And there's some of the shades. They're gorgeous. The shade I really, really like and use out of the palette is so gorgeous. I have this one by Ulta as well that came with an Ulta kit that I bought. I need to check this palette out because it looks like this palette might be drying up and not. Looks like this palette might be dried up, so I'm going to test it out real quick. If it's dried up, it would be something that will be going into the trash, but it's not dried up. Just this shade here is dried up that I tried to put some water on, and I could not get that shade to come, so okay. I also have this one I thought about using as well. It's the number 7. This is limited edition. You cannot buy this palette anymore, but I'm still using it. It's got some pretty shades in it as well, and I'm thinking of using this next week. I'll do a little swatch for y'all, but it's not. They're very pigmented, very gorgeous, very creamy. But I don't think you can get this palette anymore. You'd have to look up on the website of number 7 and see, because it was a limited edition, so I don't think you can get it again. Then I have this one here, which is the True Naked Jewel Palette by CoverGirl. And as you notice, I did pan one shade in here. Was very excited to pan that shade. So I was excited about that one. And this is a shade here. I'll swatch it. That's the shade that I panned. Let me see the blue one. And I like this purple shade, the blue. There's the blue and purple shade. They're gorgeous. These are a very pretty palette as well. Give me a minute. I'm going to go over here and get some more wipes. Okay, I went and got not just one wipe. I went on ahead and brought my whole thing of wipes, just in case. Alright, another palette I have here is the Nude 4 palette by BYS. I was actually getting rid of this palette. A friend of mine bought it, and then I decided to go ahead and keep it. Because we were at the dollar store, my husband and and I kept looking and looking. And he was going to buy me this palette. I said, I have it at home. I'll just get it, put it back in my makeup collection. So I decided just to keep it. And I stuck it back in my makeup collection. So I'm going to keep it. I'll use it. I had this one I was going to get rid of as well too. When I did a palette declutter and I was talking about it. And I decided not to. This would be a palette to keep. This is a palette that I was sitting here thinking about putting it in Project Pan next year, maybe. I don't know. It would be a good Project Pan, but like I've been saying for, like I showed you a palette that I did pan, like the CoverGirl palette that I pan. Any palettes that are pan, that you see pan, that's not in Project Pan, they're all going to be in Project Pan next year. My one and only favorite Too Faced Peach palette. Still smells like peaches. Love this palette so much. I saved up money to buy this palette with my own money. I was excited. So let's swatch some of these shades. Here we go. And for y'all who have the Too Faced Peach palette, you'll basically know what the shades look like, and the shades are very gorgeous. I would die without this palette. That is like my favorite. Then I have the Peach palette by BYS. They have a Peach palette number 2 I do want to get. This is gorgeous. Does it smell like peaches? No, it does not. I don't know what it smells like. It just doesn't smell like peaches. Let's see something. Okay. I was checking out one of the shades. I had to make sure because the other day I had to throw a palette away. When I was getting ready to do my Shop My Stash, I found a little palette that had mold on it and I had to throw it away. When I had my office downstairs, I did have some palettes that had mold on it because my little white shelf you seen had mold on it from moist downstairs. That's one of the reasons why I had to move upstairs, because I told my husband, there's a mold problem downstairs and I don't want to be down there with the mold. Get me out of here now. And unfortunately, he did. And there's shades from there. They're gorgeous. I love, love, love this palette as well. Pinch myself. Close up, pinch myself. Thank you, my sweet son. Before you know it, I'm going to rub the skin off of myself, and you're going to be seeing nothing but bone. I have this palette here I bought off of Amazon for like 81 cents. And it's not a bad palette. It is pretty. Some of the shades in here are like mixing with the other ones. The blue broke. And it keeps wanting to break more and more. And I do not understand that. Hang on a second. Here we go. Well, I'm trying. There's some of it. It was wet. But this blue, since this blue is gorgeous. Look at that blue. It is gorgeous. But since that blue, like, broke. Since that blue broke, I may pull it out and put it with my little shadow things, the shadows that I made, my little shadow bucket, and get rid of that one. I know there's another eyeshadow somewhere in here. This one that's dried up in that other palette, I'm going to scrape it out and see what I can do. I do have my favorite drugstore palette, the Maybelline Blush Nudes. I wanted this palette so much, and when my husband and I was at the Kroger's, I begged him for this palette. Please, 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 I want this palette so bad. I promise you I will use it all the time. And I started constantly using it. It's when I had my makeup, was in my bedroom with my husband. He said, let me see that palette I bought you. And I showed it to him, and he saw that some of the shades were being used. I love this palette so much. The shades in here are so gorgeous. They're so gorgeous, these shades. I just love this palette so much. And I have a feeling this shade right here and this shade are going to be the one. This one I probably think will be the first one to pan. So if I was to use that one next, that would be pan. But we'll see about that. I was going through my little clear container drawers over there, acrylic drawers, and I got rid of an e.l.f. brow that was, when I put it on my arm, it made my hand, my husband even came in here and saw me doing it. He said, look, I had caca on my hand, and I said, that's gonna make me look like I had caca on my brows. No, thank you. So I got rid of it. I have this one too, Flurry by LA Colors. I had all four of them. I gave one to, I sold one, gave one to a friend of mine, Marisol, and then I kept Friskies, and I have another one that's in my project pan. I'll show you that one in just a minute. These shades are gorgeous. Oh my god, this red. Look at that. Look at this peach color, orangish peach color. Just look at these colors. There's just, look at the shades. They are so freaking gorgeous. These shades are like so gorgeous. That red is gorgeous. That peachy color is gorgeous. These are like so much major gorgeousness. This is the other one I have. It's called Fancy. This one is in my project pan. And this shade and this shade broke when I dropped it downstairs. You can tell it's well loved. This shade I panned already. And this is in project pan. And I just bought these like last year. So I'm like, Then I have this one here. Bought this one off of Amazon as well. They're gorgeous. Some shades are gorgeous. These shades are gorgeous. These are some gorgeous shades. I'm just going to start. I'm not going to do 5 shades. I'm just going to swatch like 4 shades. But if you look at the shades, they're gorgeous. They're just so gorgeous. They are gorgeous, gorgeous shades. I love them. Now this video is already at 30 something. Then I have my new brand palette by Juvia's. Y'all know how much I love Juvia's palettes. Oh, I forgot one other palette over there, but that's okay. It is like one I'm going to show you, and then it's got my Zulu eyeshadows on there, but this is Juvia's Place. This one, two right here, y'all know are well loved. When I got this palette, I fell in love with this shade here. I fell in love with these 2 shades. I really, really did. Fell in love with them 2 shades. Oh my goodness. I fell in love with them shades. Then I fell in love with this shade as well too. And I was using it for a while. on my brow bone, and then I was like, pfft. But y'all do know I do love Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place, if you're watching this video, Juvia's Place, and you do watch it, y'all have the best eyeshadow palettes on the planet of the earth. They're creamy, gorgeous, pigmented. Oh my god. To me, when I'm using your palettes, I feel like I'm slipping into a sexy, silky nightgown. That's how they feel to me, and I love it. This is a Sunset Hour eyeshadow palette. I bought this one. This is by Colorwork Shop, like the other ones, like these right here, that are by Colorwork Shop. And this one here is gorgeous palette too. It can come out of the pan. I thought about taking it out of the tin can at one time and putting it in Project Pan, but I never did. Now I have a palette like this, but it's not this. This one's got wet, clumsy. This is by Profusion. It's not Beauty 101, but it's a Profusion book like this. And it looks like this inside, except I don't think it has these. I think it might. But I know it's got this, and then down here it don't have this, but down here, all up in here like this, I have my Zulu palette, and these are some really good eyeshadows in this one. This was one of them that I thought about using this week. You have your highlighter, your blush, and your bronzer, which is okay. I have not used those at all. So that's what they look like. They're gorgeous. Then I have my Milani. And y'all know, I wanted to collect all these little Milani palettes, and then I decided not to, because I was really into them at first. Really was. I was really into these palettes. I had to have them. Everybody was talking about how good they were. I'm not too keen on them anymore, but I am keeping that one. Then I have my Phase 1 Cosmetic. This is a Glamour eyeshadow blush palette. You have your blushes on the bottom and your eyeshadow on top. I have not really used the blushes. I think I might have used some of the blushes on here when I did use this palette when I first got it. But I started using this palette. I've used just about every shade in here. So, like I've been saying when I had my room downstairs, when I'm using a palette, I want to use every color in that palette. And I did this. But I did not. I might have used some of these blushes. I'll swatch the blushes for you real quick. Since there's 5 blushes, I'll do it on this side. Anyway, there's the blushes. They're gorgeous. Oh my god, they're so gorgeous. Swatch some of these eyeshadows for you as well. Here's 3. I'll do it on my thumb real quick. I don't have very much space, but on my thumb you can see there's some of the eyeshadows on my thumb. Very cool palette, very big palette, very loved palette. I will give that palette love. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, because this palette is in my 500 subscriber giveaway palette. 500 subscriber giveaway, this palette is in there, as well as some other goodies. So the winner will get that palette, and I'll be excited for the winner. Then I have my LA Color palette here. I need to get the other one of these. This one is gorgeous. I love this palette. I really do love this palette so much. I like that palette so much. Oh my god, I see lightning out there, so looks like I did crack it right there a little bit, but that's alright. Okay. Then I have this palette. This is Gerardo, my Gerardo palette. And I cracked it, yes, and I did use up the 2 lips. This is what it looks like. I'll swatch some shades here. And there's some shades of that palette. Isn't that gorgeous? I like this palette. This palette is like really gorgeous palette. Okay. Almost done. This one I got in Makeup Swamp. I actually didn't want to get this palette for me when I put it and had it on my Amazon wish list. It wasn't for me. I was actually putting it in my 500 subscriber giveaway. But this shade here was broken. I had to repress it. Then I gave it to my stepdaughter because she had to dress up for something for school. These things are real pigmented. I mean, they are so glittery pigmented. But to tell you the truth, I do not like this palette at all. I don't like glitter on my eyes. I would give this palette away if I knew that somebody really wanted to use glitters. Even that there's 1, 2, 3 shades gone and 1 panned. My stepdaughter, I panned it. She played around with it. But this is a palette I do not really want. Okay, getting into... Now I'm going to get into this little stack right here. Some of these are in Project Pan. Some of them are not in Project Pan. This Sleek palette is Project Pan. I was so excited when I did pan. 1, 2, 3 shades are panned. So very excited about this. This is Project Pan. The 3 shades I panned, I will swatch them. So that is in Project Pan. Put it with this. How to New Dries. I got this in a Makeup Swamp and thank you, Bridget. I could not wait to get this, and I'm going to keep thanking her. And I panned 2 shades in here, so I'm very excited about this palette. By using this palette, it's so gorgeous. And I so could not wait to get that palette. And when I got it, I was so excited about getting that palette as well. Then I have this Milani palette, and it looks like I panned 1, or did I pan 2 shades? It looks like, oh, I panned 1 shade, okay. But I have a shade that's already panned, and I did pan, not pan, but getting ready to pan another shade. So there's some of the colors there. Very cool palette on place. Then I have this lip palette, and I am wearing this shade on my lips. I'm not going to swatch this because it is like lipsticks, but you can tell I panned 3 of them. So like I said, whatever's panned now, I'm not going to pan another shade. If it's already panned, I want to try to use up one of the shades that is panned in that Project Pan. These are not Project Pan, but this is a project I am doing, but not Project Pan. And this palette, shade 4. I talked about it before. And if you're going, it's 1, 2, 3. This one has fingerprint in it. That's the shade that I have to pan before the year is up. And that is something I'm starting. And I barely even reach for these. And I've had these for a very long time as well. They kind of don't smell too good, but the next one is this shade here with shade 5. So, and then I have my Makeup Revolution palette. It is not in Project Pan. I do have another palette, but it is in Project Pan. I didn't get it out, but I did pan this shade. So this one, if I use it, that is one shade that needs to be used. Then I have my BH Cosmetics. Y'all know how much I love BH Cosmetics. And the lips are by Profusion. So, if we ever go to Fry's, they got some palettes there. I think when we do our income tax this year, I might see if my husband will let me go to Fry's and get them palettes. But this is a palette, and I love it. And I have this funny feeling, this one right here, this one, and I think these two shades right here, this one, and this one, will probably be, I think, the two shades I'll probably be paying first out of this palette. Okay guys, that is all it for my palette collection with my palettes. So if you like this video, you can give this video a big hoorah thumbs up. If you don't like videos like this, then you can thumbs it down. I was going to do this in 2 parts, but I did it in one. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you can see a palette that you want me to use starting Monday, comment it down in the description box, because tomorrow is Sunday. I have 2 today and tomorrow to pick before Monday my new palettes I'm going to be using when I do my Monday must-haves. I'm talking about the new lip balm that I'm going to be using, and the new palettes I will be using in my monthly makeup. So let me know in the comments down below. Hope you have a wonderful, blessed day, and thank you for everything. Bye guys. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Be notified of more videos.